What's up, everyone? It's your boy Jameer with the journalism. No, I'm not a journalist, but I got that journalism.
All right, what's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome to As the Culture Continues. It's your boy Jameer with the journalism. No, I'm not a journalist, but I got that journalism. All right, so before we get into everything, I want to encourage y'all to subscribe to that YouTube channel, like this video, share this video, and engage with us in the comments. All right, now before we get into everything, I want to introduce the lovely two ladies that I have with me. I'm gonna start with you first, Chanel. What's up with you? How you been?
Hey y'all, I'm good. It's good to be back. I feel like it's been like a month, like a few months since we last did an episode.
It
So I'm glad to
has.
be back.
There we go. I'm glad to be back as well. And I also want to start. I also want to introduce our other lady. We got Connie, aka MegaCon. What's up, Connie? How you been?
Hey guys, also glad to be back. It's been a while and happy to get into it tonight.
There
Mhm.
we go. I'm so happy to get into it as well. All right, y'all. So I want to talk about something that's been all over Chester social media, Rashs Beauty Supply. All right. So for those that don't know, the grand opening had a lot of noise behind it. It had long lines. People was camping out in 90-degree weather. Yes, a lot of attention online. So some people were excited, some were questioning it, and others were comparing it to past community reactions over other businesses and developments. So I want to get some of the comments on the screen real quick, and then I kind of want to reply to not respond to some of those. And then I want to get y'all reaction in regard to certain things. So there were people who went online in regard to this, and they said, "Oh, Rashs came and f the city up," you know. So
Mhm.
again, because they came, they had all the sales and they had long lines. People feel like they came in the city up. Do y'all think they
Mhm.
came in the city up?
No.
The fight. All right, let me go to the next guy. Next one. Kurt Brown said, I respect this because I ain't never seen no Asians or Arabs throw no event for black people. You know, and I do want to make sure because I saw Kiara Morales put this comment and I want to give her credit for it, but she had said, put some respect on EG's name.
Mhm.
All right, because EG's, I don't know if I know EG's definitely was giving back to the community. EG's was giving me
Yeah.
homies when I live on that side. Like EG's was definitely doing this as well. So put respect on her name. But I also do agree with that. You know, I feel like Rashs is entering the community the correct way. You know, I want to put one more comment up on the screen in regard to that, then we will discuss. It says Morgan Weatherly says, "I love this. What other beauty supplies for beauty supplies? What? All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry right here. I love this. What other beauty supplies store in our city is doing anything to support the community? I'll
I'll
be
be
supporting
supporting
Rashs from
rashes
now
from
on.
now on.
So, ladies, I want to get your thoughts in regard to this. I'm pretty sure y'all saw everything online in regard to that. So, what was your reaction to seeing the long lines of people waiting in hot weather to get into this beauty supply store, and just the way that Rash's Beauty Supply has entered the city of Chester in general? I'm gonna start with you, Connie.
Um, to me, I didn't think it was any different than like people waiting in lines to get into an amusement park or for a sneaker release or back in the day, like album releases or anything like that. And um this isn't his first store, right? He has
Mhm.
multiple stores or another store.
Yeah,
Mhm.
one
So
of
I'm
those.
sure that he had supporters from Wilmington that came out to support him, or probably the whole tri-state area,
Mhm.
honestly, because Philly, Chester, Delaware, Jersey, all of that. So it probably was a lot of people, not just people from Chester, and that's awesome. Like people should show up to support businesses and in any community, and I mean I think that just goes to show, I guess, what that name is, or that beauty supply store, what their brand is, for
Mhm.
so many people to come out. And they was having a really good deal. I heard I don't go in the hair store often because I'm
Mhm.
locked.
Mhm.
But I plan to stop by there at some point, go in there and get something. So I don't think it was like overly hyped or people made too much of a big deal of it, because people would do that stuff for other things. So I
Mhm.
I think that was decent. That people popped out, was in line, camping out, all that
Mhm.
stuff.
There we go. I like that. And same question for you, Chanel. So when you saw the turnout and the social media buzz around Rash's Beauty Supply, what was your first honest reaction?
So my first honest reaction, honestly, I really didn't pay it that much mind, but I did see a lot of people having like, I don't want to say negative, but a lot of people was like calling people out for being in the line, and I'm just like, first of all, I'm still not over how y'all was acting over them Popeye sandwiches. Okay, so, and that line was crazy.
Right.
So if y'all gonna stand in line for Popeyes like that, why can't you stand in line for local business? So let them people do what they want to do. Now I ain't gonna get into it, but I do feel like people care too much about what other people doing. Like y'all care too much. Like if you're not in the line, it is not affecting your life. What's the problem? Like what's the problem? And these people, like, let the people make their money. Let the people get their savings. Cause I think they had like penny sales, dollar sales.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want hair products for $1 and a penny?
Exactly.
So what's the problem? I don't understand what the problem is. Yeah.
Exactly. No, I agree with y'all. I definitely do agree with y'all. I definitely did give my commentary on it, and I just felt like, listen, people pick and choose what they want to support, and you can't fault people for that. Listen, it on beauty supplies, hair, all that is like real big in the Black community. You get what I'm saying? So why wouldn't people such as hairstylists, people who actually get their hair done, on a daily basis, why would they not go take advantage of an opportunity to get some extra hair for the low? Some people probably wholesale it. You get what I'm saying? So why would people not go take advantage of that? And like you said, it's almost like people standing in line for sneakers, people standing in a line, to get to the Roots picnic. It's just like so many things people stand in line for. So I really didn't get the outrage either, but I guess when I looked at it, I just looked at it from both sides, because then some people were saying this. I want y'all opinion on this. Some people are saying Chester shows up heavy for business openings and viral moments, but not the same energy for city council meetings, school events, or even community cleanups. So I want to ask y'all, ladies, do you think that comparison is fair, or are we talking about two completely different types of engagement? I want to start with you first, Chanel.
I want to say yes and no, because community engagement is just that. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I feel like people probably should care more about like their community as far as like their children's education. If I know there have been peace on the streets, walks, marches, things like that. And if have a low turnout and a lot of people complain about the violence, but you don't show up for it. So then it's like, are you really in support of peace on the streets? Or same with, school events. If your child has a performance, they have report card conferences, and you don't show up for that, then what are you telling that kid your priorities are? You know what I'm saying? And kids know. They know my mom don't care. Go ahead, call her. She don't care. So those are the things that you are outwardly putting in, regardless of what you're saying, because actions speak louder than words. So I do think that it's not really a fair comparison, but I do agree a little bit about like me specifically. I'm always say y'all don't be showing up for report card conferences. Y'all only care, or if there's something going on at school, people only show up for the negative stuff. And I'm not saying all people, but there are some. So I don't think it's a fair comparison, but there are valid points being made.
I like that. Yeah. And then also, I want to ask you the same question, Connie. Some people say they show up for business openings and viral moments, but not the same energy for city council meetings, school events, or community cleanups. So do you think that the comparison is fair, or are we talking about two completely different types of engagement?
I think we're talking about two different types of engagement. Just knowing that like this isn't something exclusive to Chester. Like there's another store in another location, kind of like what I was saying earlier. Like how did we determine that like it was only Chester people in attendance to this versus, like I said, the whole tri-state area? That makes the difference for me. Now, if somebody can say every single person in that line, or majority, 75%, like with Chester, then yeah, we got a bigger problem on our hands because people complain. People do complain specifically, like, oh, because I'm a person. I work during the day. City council meetings are during the day. This is during the day. This is during the week. It's not on the weekend, or it's not in the evening, like when people are off work. So this was during the day when during the day, during the week.
Right.
So, but how y'all get there? Again, if it was exclusive to Chester, like that would be my response.
I like that. There we go. No problem. And also another piece of it is the fact that I'm not sure if y'all have saw, but Rashs Beauty Supply, they also again, they gave back to the community. They doing an upcoming Juneteenth event page. All right, well, so they pretty much doing like an upcoming Juneteenth event, so they're giving back to the community. They got like dunk tanks, moon bounces, free hot dogs, burgers, different things like that. And they also gave $1,000 to Grow and Flow for a youth entrepreneur camp. Now, Grow and Flow is Kiara Morales's company. So does actions like that change how a business is viewed when they first enter the community? Like when you're giving back to the community, you're donating $1,000 to an entrepreneur camp that I'm actually working closely with Kiara on, and I know behind the scenes how much that really took a burden off of her in making sure that these kids eat every day. The different things that she had to get, the different people she got to pay to come into that camp. So, what are your thoughts in regards to that? Seeing him give that $1,000 to a business in the city of Chester, straight off like that. I'm gonna start with you first, Chanel.
I think it just shows the commitment to growing connections within the community. I really feel like that is what's missing in today's society, is like that connection to like the business. If you remember, like Farillo's, they had everybody's school pictures up in there, everybody's pictures in Farillo's, and like people felt like they was part of the family. You know what I'm saying? And same with like Lee's, but again, they don't really give back to the community. They'll put your picture up, but that's it. But I just feel like that's what's missing in the community, is like going into a store and like knowing like, hey, that's the guy that gave to our camp. Hey, how you doing? And seeing like this is the store that donated or whatever. So I think that makes a difference in the community. It creates connections. Hopefully, it creates some job opportunities. I actually seen some of the people that I knew on their Instagram page, so I'm sure it's creating job opportunities. And so I think that does make a difference when you're coming into a community, you're new, you're not really a part of the Chester community offhand, but it looks like you want to be a part and you want to make a difference. And so I can appreciate that.
And that's exactly what I get from it too. Seeing him, again, like I say, he brought jobs to the city, employ people, and also just like donating, giving back. And actually looking like, what can I do? Because I think we said this earlier off camera, like with their market research. Like I tell people, I say, well, you can't take their marketing away from them. The marketing was marketing. Like they got that down pat. They know how to get people over to them. Because honestly, I don't frequent beauty supply stores, and I damn near almost want to go as a man just because of how good their marketing was. You get what I'm saying? So for people that were saying like other companies wasn't really doing that, or now they're trying to have their penny sell because they saw Rashs do it, it just goes to show that they became a trendsetter in a certain aspect of entering the community and giving back, because we got so many more who have benefited off our community. And again, like businesses like Lee's or like a JNS and everything, like they don't give back to the community, but they profit off of us, so I can respect someone at least giving back and integrating and being a part of it, as opposed to just feeling like they're coming here just to benefit off of us, So it seems sincere, and I'll definitely be here to call it out if anything else was to happen, like if I notice something don't seem sincere, then I would definitely be here to definitely call them out on it. But as of now, they seem good. They again, like I told you, they reached out to me in regard to like working together. I'm definitely going to accept the invitation because I want to see what's up. Like again, you should be able to learn from anyone. And what I like about what they're doing is that they are actually creating a conversation. Whether it's good for some people, bad for some people, they started the conversation, because a lot of business, I'm pretty sure, would kill for this publicity. Like we have restaurants dying in the city of Chester, businesses that we don't even know about. So they did something right, and a lot of businesses need to take notes and figure out how to enter a community. And sometimes you gotta get away for some free shit sometimes. Get back over there.
Sometimes you like a pity sale.
Yeah, seriously. You know you're gonna make the money back. That's the thing about
Yeah,
it. Is you gotta be able to give to make it back. So,
exactly. You definitely gotta be able to give to
You gotta
make it
spend
back,
to
you
make.
know. So
mhm.
I definitely agree with that. All right, ladies. So we're going from one business to the next. All right. So while one business had got a lot of praise, a recent business recently went through a little controversy in regard to one of its owners. So as y'all know,
Mhm.
about the Lawson and Sauce Company, and they happen to be our classmates. You know, for those who don't know, this is not an ad. I'm gonna tell y'all, it's a black-owned hot sauce company. Go do your own research. Now, I want to say this because we've all, had it before and tasted it and might have, been a supporter of it. Um, I also want to say this because for people who don't know what I'm talking about, one of the owners had went online and they had celebrated the conviction of Carmelo Anthony, which was the young black guy who stabbed the young white guy for being bullied. And I ain't gonna go too deep into that, but yeah, it was an unfortunate situation, I'll say. Now, it started a conversation online because a lot of people felt as though that even if you felt like that, and I want to make this very clear, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. I want to make that very clear. You are allowed to have your own opinion, but you also got to realize that people have the right to respond to your opinion, to react to your opinion as well. So I don't want to make it seem like we all got to think one way, but I do feel as though that if you feel a particular way about something that may not be most popular and you have a business, I just feel like some things you don't have to put on social media. You can feel that way at your kitchen table. You can feel that way in your bed. Feel that way in the shower, but you don't have to take it to social media. So there were a few people online in regard to this that I want to get their comments up on the screen real quick. This person, so Lola Bustin said, I don't even think this is just about you wanting America to be great again. I think you have a personality issue. You never wanted to live in your skin and be black because you feel society didn't accept you as you are. But who am I? You have your opinion, and so do I, respectfully. All right, that was someone in regard to that individual. And then email HC has said, as a black man, regardless of how you feel about the outcome of the case, two kids lost their lives, and both families are suffering some things. Suffering. Some things are better left unsaid, but you knew the reaction you would get, and it's sickening. All right, and then one more I want to show on the screen before we discuss. Pablo Espolon says some thoughts you
Mhm.
should keep to yourself, especially being a black business owner. But just know if you're in a racial situation, you will be looked at the same way they look at the thug that murders people. Get well soon. So, ladies, I'm pretty sure y'all have heard about this situation, and I want to ask y'all this because I want to come from a place of trying to give advice, uplift, come from a place of okay, how can this be corrected? So, first, are y'all aware of the situation? And if you are, could you tell me what your thoughts were in regard to it? If you feel comfortable saying it, I'm gonna start with you first, Connie.
I didn't see the initial post from the one owner, but I saw like the reshares and the comments and everything. Um, people responding with their outrage at how they felt. We do live in a world of free speech. People
Mhm.
are entitled to their opinions, which a lot of people did echo, like in the comments that I saw. But I think overall, like any business has to be careful, like as the business and then as the person, and then like having that separation. But people are always going to combine the two.
Mhm.
There have been brands where I didn't like something that the owner said, and I was like, probably not going to support you anymore.
Mhm.
Just because their views or beliefs didn't align with mine. Um, and I'm just thinking about this like in a general aspect and like on a
Mhm.
bigger scale. Like we know in Chester, like things blow over within
Mhm.
a week or so, and then nobody's talking about it anymore. But the initial situation did make me think about like how many like larger businesses have sided with certain political views, um and like we still support them, or how many brands have like been very vocal about not wanting us to be in their stuff, and we still go and buy that stuff. Or like, I don't know, like Chick-fil-A. Like, we know what side they on when it comes to the LGBTQIA plus community.
And black people.
And black people. But the blinds be wrapped around a drive-through, you know. And like, maybe that's not a good comparison, but overall, I think businesses need to be careful separating themselves, but still kind of knowing like people are going to lump you together. And like, also, everything don't have to be said on social media all the time. Like, I'm in like an area of my life where like I feel like I'm grown and I can say what I want, but like I'm also a professional. So like it's something I want to be mindful of, and like how I present myself. And like I be hoping jobs don't be like finding me by my handle or nothing like that. But at the same time, like I think about my parents being on social media, and I'm like, I don't want my parents to be like, oh God, look what we raised. So I think overall people should be mindful, like overall, like for yourself. And then, like I said, for your business as well. It's gonna blow over. And you know, if this is somebody's livelihood, like you don't want people's livelihood to be impacted, like in this economy with, you know, the cost of living keep going up, but nothing else is going up. So, I mean, I do hope they overcome the business, like as a whole is able to overcome it, whatever that means for their business. But yeah, everything don't always have to be said.
I agree with you. So well said. I want to say the same thing to you, Connie. Chanel. So I want to ask you the same thing. So as we read those comments and see people saying they're going to boycott, because sometimes I didn't get to show the screen, but people were talking about boycotting or saying that, you know, they should do more. So what was your reaction, or your reaction when you first saw that whole situation, if you even had a reaction?
I'm gonna be honest. The post is not surprising. I mean, like, it's normal everyday rhetoric coming from the post. Okay. So the fact that people were so enraged and angry and surprised is like, so I guess he don't be coming up on your timeline. So anyways, you know, so you know, so for me, it's just like, okay, keep scrolling. Like, that's it. Like, I do feel like, you know, for one thing, I do feel like everything don't need to be said online. Like, you don't have to say everything. You don't have to be outwardly with everything. But at the same time, don't hide who you are. Let people know who you are so then people can know what we support and what we're not supporting. You know what I mean? And at the same time, I also feel as though Chick-fil-A and all them companies, they have enough supporters to say, well, if these people ain't coming, then whatever, we still gonna be good because we got these people over here, right? But we're talking about because we're talking about a small business that's relying on the same people to support us. So that's where I'm like, well, you stepping on the backs of the people you want their money, or offending the people who you want their money. And then, so I do, for one, understand, like, yes, it is a free country. You can say what you want to say. You can feel how you want to feel, but don't expect our money. And at the same time, though, I do hope that, you know, the business can continue to be successful, because we're not like wanting people to fail. And like Connie said, this is a tough environment, economy to be surviving in, but at the same time, free speech also comes with consequences. So because you can say what you want to say, but you're not exempt from the consequences of what you say. And you can't really erase what you say by saying we don't believe in that, because you believed in everything else. You never condemned anything else. You never separated yourself from any other comments or any other thing. But this is where you're gonna draw the line. So that's my thing. So that's my thing. Like, I peep everything, right? I peep everything, and I don't really comment or engage, because I do know that a lot of people are just looking to get engagement anyway. And obviously you got that, right? But at the same time, don't look for our money. you at the Juneteenth festival, but telling the boy, you know, and saying all this other stuff. So, so that's all I'm saying. You know, let me stop.
No, I got you. Listen, let me finish.
I almost turned my camera off. I said, "Woo!"
Because I'm gonna get started.
No, thank you for
started, and listen. I ain't got no advice for you because we're not dealing with people who need our advice. I don't have no advice for how you can recover because you already know what you need to do to recover. And if you wanted to recover and wanted to be a part of your community, you could do that. Nobody here has any. And I'm not saying y'all don't have no advice, but I'm just saying we don't have nothing like out this world that nobody else have ever thought of. And you as a business owner or 3 business owners, I'm sure y'all been through business boot camp. I'm sure y'all been through business modules. Y'all know what y'all supposed to be doing. So I don't have no advice for how you can pick it back up.
Mm-hmm. Listen, thank you for activating it a little bit because
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
You teeth this week, okay? The ancestors in me.
The ancestors possessed you just now, okay?
Through her. And I love that, especially the part where you had said that this person is number one known to make these type of comments. It got to the point because I used to be tussling in his comments. And then I remember, you did. Yeah, I used to say tussling in there. And then even prior to that, I remember working with them to a certain extent on Chester's Hot Seat. I just want to bring this up because it had very valid points in it. So for me, I remember working with them, right? And I could always say that I had a better quote unquote relationship with Jamar. And I think Darren, right? His name Darren. Yeah, Darren. Darren. I feel like with them, they've always been kind of, cool or whatever. But then I also understand what complicity can be, because y'all know that y'all are friends with someone who is against the Black progression. Now, one of the comments said, and I don't want to diagnose or say that, but they feel as though that this person has always been uncomfortable in their skin. Every time it's something that's going against like a Black situation, he's against it. I remember working with them on Chester's Hot Seat, and I'm someone where that was a show that I had hosted. They provided the hot sauce, and Crystal, the Mr. Plug, did the moderating. Everything else I did, So I remember being someone where I wanted to write my own questions. Not nobody going to tell me what to say. And then if you do want to give me input, we can talk about it ahead of time. But you don't hit me up the night before asking to go over my questions and forbid me from asking certain questions because you don't feel like it's appropriate. And I had to let them know, number one, y'all ain't paying me, and I'm doing this off of the strength, and y'all seek me out. So y'all seek me out for a reason. So I'm going to do this the way that I want to do it, And they wound up going the way that I wanted it to go because I was like, either that or you have no hoes. So I've had instances with these people where it has not always been the most positive. I've had people tell me things in regard to working with them and being treated a certain way or hearing certain conversations, and it turned them off. Very credible people, most of them women. You get what I'm saying? That I know wouldn't lie. I just felt like what you said, Chanel, was very valid. You cannot turn a blind eye to other things because this is not the first offensive thing he has said. You can't turn a blind eye to other things, but then this is where you draw the line because this is one that actually stuck. I feel like the way that Jamar and Darrell, that's his name, Darrell, right?
Darren.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Jamar. Jamar and Darren. I feel like they got to do more than that because Jamar did put up a comment and it said this. It said, listen, because I had said, I'm going to talk about this clown. And he had tagged me, like, Jameer, listen, we don't condone this whatsoever. And the other owners as well. We witnessed 2 incidents of injustice of Black men in the week. And racist comments have been soul shattering under each post. He doesn't represent us. And while I may respect that statement and everything, again, this is not the first time he has done this. So again, if you've been complicit before, then I feel as though that the only way that this can really be truly looked at as genuine is if some decisions are being made. Now, I'm not going to tell nobody how to run their business or anything because you've seen this before. I've had conversations with him about this before, and for me, I know it turned me off, that it kind of actually distanced me from them as a company in general. I even recently saw them at one of our recent Black business pop-up shops. I'm one of those people, I got Black guilt. I try to support Black people, even when I don't got the money to support you. I almost don't know how to give you the money, and I might not even need it. So I remember seeing Jamar, and I actually bought a Lost in the Sauce. Had no plans on using it. I just wanted to buy it and support it because I see someone from our class and I see another black man. You get what I'm saying? So I just want to ask y'all one more thing in regard to that. All right. Do you think that they need to apologize? And I'm gonna start with you first, Connie. Do they need to have a community conversation? Do they need to apologize, or do they need to just let this die down?
Apologize for, like, should he apologize for his feelings and his statement if that's how he feel? Like, is that what you asking? That's
like all three, in conjunction with all the owners. So all three of them, because some of them were publicly saying like they don't agree with this, So should, in regards to all three of them, should they apologize? Do they need to have a community conversation? Because I asked them to have a conversation with me and they declined it. Or do they need to just let this die down? So yeah, a little bit of what should all three of them do as a company and as owners.
I don't know. Like, a part of me wants to say like just let it die down. The other part of me is like, if you're going to continue, kind of like along the lines of what Chanel was saying, if this is the community you are going to be doing business with, doing business in, and the community that you are expecting to support you, there is going to be probably something more public needed, whether that's a community conversation, a community give back, a change in structure, maybe their leadership. I'm really sitting with. I need to think about it and process. I'm really sitting with what Chanel was saying.
Yeah, it was resonating.
I'm like processing that and trying to answer at the same time. It's kind of like I'm teetering. Like, something going to have to be done, but like it could also blow over.
You're like, please let it blow over.
Let it blow over.
Let it blow over.
What are your thoughts in regard to that? Do you think they need to apologize? Have a community conversation? Like, what needs to be done? Do you feel as though?
I don't know, because I feel like Connie said, apology at this point is disingenuous. Like, it's not genuine. It won't. I don't know. I just don't feel like an apology would be sincere, because, like I said, you've been talking like this for years. So, like, why would you apologize now? I don't expect anybody to apologize for their views. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them be your views, but also stand on your views. If those are your views and that's how you feel, then don't, like I said. But I think, I don't know. I don't want nobody to change their business because people are offended. Like, let the people be offended and stand on your business. You know what I'm saying? Like, go to the crowd that more so align with your views. Like, I don't know.
Change the demographic.
I don't know.
They like Tabasco sauce.
Tabasco sauce.
So go start some Tabasco sauce, and maybe you got a little something.
I don't know. So, but I don't know if I'm the right person to ask for this, because I am a person. If a company has really like gotten there with me, I'm not ever gonna go back. Like, I'm stubborn that way. Like, I've canceled subscriptions. I have and I can live without it, like without missing it. So maybe I'm the wrong person to ask. Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Well, I do go to Target, but I never was committed to like not going to Target. So, but like, there's been companies that I will never step foot in. There's stores that I'm just not gonna engage with. So maybe that's just me saying, like, there is, for me, once I'm turned off from the business, there's no way to get me back. I don't care. So maybe I'm the wrong person to ask.
I get you. No, I understand completely. No, I get it. Because you said what you said already. That's gonna be the clip. That's the clip that she unloaded. That's definitely the clip. So,
I'm gonna think about that all night.
Listen, literally.
Like, Chanel was really cooking.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
You ain't had to say nothing. We should have just went to the next thing, because she had kind of cleared that. I want to put up this comment on the screen. Oh my gosh, I want to find it. I hope this is the one right here. Is this the one with me? Yeah. So someone named Kyle Saunders has said this because this was the video I did about Rashs Beauty Supply and Lost in the Sauce. So he has said the irony of the video is that you're attacking a black business just to support a non-black business. And then I said, no, I'm holding a black business accountable. Get it right. I obviously had their sauce in my hand, which means I supported them. At this point, I'm going to acknowledge and give praise to a business that gives back to the community and a business that I don't know what the hell the rest of that said. But to finish my thought, I'm not going to not give a business praise because they're a quote unquote non-black business, but I'm supposed to support a black business just because you're black, but you say stuff like this, you know. So what are your thoughts in regard to that? I'm saying, like, I'm basically uplifting a non-black business, but putting down a black business. Start with you, Chanel.
I agree with you, Jameer. Just because we're black, and like you always say, we're not a monolith. We don't all think the same, and just because you're black doesn't mean we have to support you. If you're black and you're offensive, and I don't have to support you. But however, but if this company, like you said, Rashs came in, they doing backpack giveaways and all that stuff, why would I not, recognize somebody that's actually given to my community? I don't, and again, I think I saw the video. It wasn't like he was like, oh, we're not supporting this business, but go support. And it wasn't like really comparable, to say, well, you putting this business down by praising this one. It's like, it wasn't like that. The video really wasn't like that. So I think it was really not really a valid comparison.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And what are your thoughts in regard to that, Connie? Someone who would say, you put in a black business to uplift a non-black business, when the non-black business is giving back to the community and the black business is saying negative things about the community.
I think that the way you approach that initial video was actually great because, like, the three of us had kind of, texted offline about it. So I didn't know what to expect when you were putting a video out. And it was very much like, I like the way you did it. It kind of was almost like putting them in the hot seat, like, what's going to happen next? Like, y'all gotta wait to see on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Like, and you like supported I feel like that was supportive. Yes. While also holding them accountable. Like you said, you had the hot sauce in your hands, which shows that you support it. And like, we don't know how viral that video went. Like, I'm sure they got a sale. Because technically, like, I know it wasn't promotion, but like, somebody bought a bottle of hot sauce.
They had to.
Yeah, of course.
They had to.
Because it's controversy, I'm telling you, if somebody bought a bottle, we're gonna see a video in like a week or two of what their review was.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They bought a bottle,
they
like,
bought it just to throw it in the trash. People do that.
People be doing dumb stuff like that.
Exactly. But that's all I got on that particular topic. So I thank you, ladies, in regard to having this conversation with me today. Thank y'all so much. Before we get out of here, could you just plug what you're doing? You can plug your social media, let people know where they can follow you or keep up with you. I'll start with you first, Chanel.
All right, so you can follow me on Instagram at iChanelJ, right? Where my little hand at? Right there, iChanelJ. And I believe my YouTube is also iChanelJ. I post my little clips. The ones that I post on Facebook are the same ones I post on YouTube. So my Facebook is Chanel Rorie, Rorie, and it is attached to my Instagram. So if you go to my Instagram, my name, I think my Facebook is attached to the Instagram. So
I like that. And what I realized too now, Chanel, which I gotta do on YouTube, we can collaborate now. So when it's going to the returns page, it could go on your page as well. So I'm gonna stick on collaboration so it can expand and grow. And if you don't want to Connie, we do that too, So
I'm like, I gotta get a YouTube, apparently.
Get your YouTube.
Yeah, get one. Come on. Let's try Joy, don't try me.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on? But where can they follow you? What's going on? Plug the people in what you're doing.
So you can follow me on Instagram at _MegaCon_. I'm on Facebook, first name Mega, last name Con. That's all I got to plug.
I got you. No problem. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I get it. There we go. And then for me, you can follow me on Instagram at Jameer with the journalism. You can also tune into my daily journalism videos more so on Facebook. You can follow me at Jameer Caldwell. You also make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel As the Culture Turns, and also make sure that you follow me on different social media platforms. Yeah, that's pretty much what I got to plug as well. Just stay tuned on more episodes like this. And I again thank y'all ladies for joining me for tonight's conversation. Thank y'all so much. I definitely appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. You see our AI picture. There we go.
Yes.